What's up, gays, straights, and other days? It's Mally. I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery. Oh my god. Oh, it was so stressful to get here, but I just want to get right into this. Let's just go. Episode 8. What a coincidence. I put poison in your tea. Wait, that's not... Wait, now I'm worried. What kind of person is running all the way to Cheongcheong-do? What? What a weird woman. Did I miss something? Joohee was complaining. It's ironic because she must have forgotten when she ran away not so long ago. Wait, what? I thought the pain and the confusion was over. She's just complaining because she went all the way to the rural area with us for the case and now has to walk back to Hanyang and she feels exhausted. Wait, this is a different case. I feel exhausted as well and my knees started to hurt. Joohee and I were thinking the same thing, just sat down on a rock in the road. This is what mutual understanding really is. Aw, yeah, I keep telling you lot, like, Joohee will always be my best friend, no matter if we're, like, in a relationship with her or not. Like, she's just always gonna be our best friend, and I love that so much. I love how consistent that is. While I was smiling with Joohee, Woo-sung turned around in a huff and came back and grabbed my sleeve. What's up, little brother? Brother, do you know how many times I came back for you? What are you talking about? We can't get into the village if we keep taking a break like this. Oh, we're walking too slow. I'm so tired. My legs are killing me. Come on, Woo-sung, carry her. Carry her. Yes, Miss Joohee said she was tired. Don't be so cruel. I waved my hand, making the excuse of Joohee. But Woo-sung didn't care and pulled me up. Ugh, no. I started walking again without taking a break again. Joohee and I kept calling Woo-sung names in turns without thinking, such as bastard, lanky, and bruiser. Aww. After suffering in pain for a while, I could see the entrance of the village, and an enormously huge house. Wow, I didn't know there was a big house outside of Hanyang. It's almost half the size of my house. Don't just stare at me like that. Just tell me if you have a problem. I told you that you're really annoying sometimes. You know, you say that, but we all know that we all mean this in the most loving way. Woo-sung answered first and went ahead, and the music stopped immediately for some reason. Whomst? Okay, cool doors. The house lit up the light even before the sun went down. And this jazz theme kicked off. And when we got closer, the gate and the wall were much higher than when we saw them from a distance. The gate was wide open, so we didn't even have to call anyone. A servant who was standing at the door and looking around asked who we are and where we came from. We aren't invited. We're on the way to Hanyang and we were just wondering if we can stay the night here. Oh, is that a thing that people do? Just walk up to strangers? Alright. Go ask your master. Then instead of the owner's son came out and greeted us. You said you want to stay the night here? Yeah, I'm Kim Hee-soo and I live in Hanyang. This is my brother Kim Woo-sung and... I don't need your name. We have a lot of guests today anyway, so you can say you're my guests. My name is Hwang Jong-nam, so if anyone asks, just tell them I invited you. And I'll give you the room so you can stay there and leave in the morning. That is oddly nice of you. The guy who introduced himself as Hwang Jong-nam glared at us and then was about to go back in. Wait! Do you have more things to say? I need to know whose 60th birthday it is today so I can celebrate. Sure. Have you heard about Hwang Pal-gwang? My father is a translator. Hwang Jong-nam went back inside the gate right away. Three of us were dumbfounded and exchanged glances. Isn't a translator plebeian? But he's using non-honorific to us who are wearing gats that represent Yangbon? When we were thinking that, Joohee clapped. I thought she was going to get mad about him using non-honorific, but it was something else. Hwang Pal-gwang is the best translator in this country. I heard that all the translators for Qing and Mongolia learn from him. He's the best of all the translators, so he of course takes part in business. I think he's one of the richest people in Chosun. I didn't know he was living in that gigantic house outside of Hanyang. I'm surprised you know all these things. He's quite famous in the northern village, because translators can get us almost any imported luxury item. His social status was not so high, but he was quite an influential figure. Sure. The piano's just going insane in the background. When I looked around the house again and put my foot inside the house, I could see an old man sitting in a high chair like a king. Half of his hair was gray and he was smoking out of his pipe, leaning his arms on armrests. You've got to know that a high chair is what's called for, like, babies to sit in, right? Okay. He didn't seem to be afraid of anything. A group of clowns was performing in the middle of the yard, and inside the gate was full of guests. Some were speaking in Japanese and some were speaking in another language. According to Juhi, there are rules that government translators are supposed to be talking in languages they are using when they are talking to each other, even when they are outside the office. Inside this house is a whole new world, with new fantastic points of view. This is so strange! As I finished my meal in the corner and looked around the people sitting in the middle, I saw some familiar faces. I think I just saw some people from Hanyang. Isn't he the owner of the seafood store near our store? I don't know, Hisu, I've never met these people. He is. He's Mr. Zhang from the seafood store. 6 stores. Okay. Damn, it's been a while since we've collected any sort of terms. Okay. The 6 biggest stores in Hanyang. They had the privilege of monopolizing the key items in the capital. These 6 stores became the main pillars of a merchant association in Hanyang. I see merchant. Does this involve Leader Kang? The game told me I was on a route. I expect to see her soon, thank you. Shit! Why is a merchant from the 6 stores in Hanyang here? He has nothing to do with trade.
Simp.
It's because Mr. Zhang is thinking of working for me rather than for the 6 stores in Hanyang. He just came with me. When I was surprised by the voice that interrupted us suddenly and turned around, Leader Kang was smiling and looking at us. Come sit with us. I'm so used to her like disappearing like immediately, like just coming around and then just like leaving, so I'm so happy she's back. Leader Kang, why are you here? Oh, I was going to ask you the same thing. Huang Pao Guang has been the closest friend of our Songdam. We even went to Quang together last time I went there for business. Oh, Huh. Let me guess. You're here because this time again You're not guessing anything. Come on, Juhi. God. Can't you and Woo-sung like go grab a plate or something? Aren't you allowed to like eat at this place or something? Like, get out of here. Just go back to where you were. No, Juhi. Is that empty seat yours? You want to take it? You go over there. You go over there, Juhi. When Juhi retorted, Leader Kang smiled, raising her eyebrows and nodded. I'm so grateful for how much you care. I love her. I love her so much. I'm so grateful for how much you care for me all the time. Do you like me that much? Huh? You got your room in the main building, right? I'm the only woman among the guests, so you might have to share the room with me if you're unlucky. I'm a woman! Excuse you! Wait! Hey! Leader Kang was looking down at Juhi, smiling with a face that I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or genuinely glad. Then she gave me a look and bowed lightly. Juhi glared at Leader Kang and ran to me. At the same time, Leader Kang turned around and went back to where she's supposed to be. No, where you're supposed to be is in my arms. What do I do? I'd rather stay with you guys than her. I'll trade you. I'll fucking trade you. Well, that's not up to me, it's up to the owner. We didn't know when we could go to our room and take a rest, so we were just watching the performance blankly for a while. But the sound of Korean flute was so loud that we weren't going to be able to sleep soon, even if we got the room anyway. Juhi kept repeating sitting down and getting up, whining about her legs, but then when we're at a place where there are lots of people, she's standing gracefully and posing perfectly. Well, again, she's royalty, so she's used to that kind of shit. That must be the dignity of Yongbam, but I couldn't stand it any longer and I had to sit somewhere. Is that somewhere Leader Kang's lap? Because I choose there. Woo-sung, let me go that way and sit down for a while. Huh? What do you mean? I'm just gonna go somewhere where no one can see me and sit down for a while. I left Juhi and Woo-sung behind and went through the kitchen. I could hear the sounds of instruments so loudly from the back, and maids carrying food kept passing by me. When I went further inside, I found the spot where I can sit under the dark eaves. Alright, we found a spot. Cool. I sat down on the stairs, tapping my legs, and decided to watch people going in and out of the kitchen like I watch an ant's nest. Ew. After a while, a woman in purple luxury clothes, purple? Can I see those? And a white skirt that seemed to be the family of this house came and got some drinking glasses on a tray from the kitchen. Oh, those are quite cute. I want those. Behind that woman was Hwang Zhang-nam, who greeted us earlier. Oh yeah, he was also wearing purple robes. I guess it's male equivalent. Can we have those? Can we have those? They're like basically the purple version of mine. The moment that woman caught my eyes, Hwang Zhang-nam saw me as well. And then he ran to me and gave a sigh. Hey, you came here as my guest. Why are you sitting in this kind of place and watching these women? Oh, my legs hurt. I promise you, I only have eyes for one woman, and she's sitting all the way over there. Jeez, that'll make my servant get you a room. Thank you. You can just go inside and take a rest. Where are your companies? Oh, let me go find those dumbasses. Hey, you get a room for this gentleman here. Huang Zhongnam called an old servant and went out, taking a glance at me. I looked back at that servant once and looked at the woman again who just walked out of the kitchen. Is she gonna be important later? Because they keep referencing her. She was holding a luxurious glass made out of tin on a tray. I'll take your word for it because I can't see it. That must be a celebratory drink. And she must be his daughter-in-law or his daughter. Given the size of this house, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a son-in-law living with his family. I went back to the yard after the woman left, and stuttered along the way. Woo-sung and Juhi were waiting for me with some snack bowls that weren't there before. A servant girl gave this to me to eat in the room. I think that girl had a crush on him. Aw, you go, Woo-sung. Cute. What? You're living up to your face in a long time, seducing a servant girl from other people's house. What? No, I wasn't. Woo-sung, it's okay. I think it's funny. Then I heard a scream from the low wooden floor that sounded like something's deflated. What? Someone pop a balloon? What? Oh. Oh. There's a body. Because this is still a murder mystery game. When I looked up, the translator Huang Paul Guang, who's been sitting on an armchair, was grabbing his neck on one hand and groaning. He was holding the tin glass he just got on the other hand. He was bleeding through his eyes and mouth. Wait, why did you describe that as something deflating? The performance stopped right away and everyone got up and out of the surprise. That's not what that line said, but okay. But no one could even think of getting near him. Huang Paul Guang quietly rolled down on the floor. You're just gonna let him... Okay. Oh, ooh, okay, horror chimes are back. Okay, nice party, I guess. Can we leave now? Nope, we can't. They're locking the door. Lock the door. Don't let anybody out. With Huang Zhongnam's thunderous roar, the servants got startled and locked the door. There were a yard full of guests, and he's not letting anyone go? There's been a murder. If he lets people go, then the murderer might get out. It makes sense. I was surprised by the excessive determination of the son of just a translator, but no one got mad at him yet. So someone probably poisoned the drink then, because everyone saw Huang Paul Guang bleeding through his mouth and his eyes. Oh, you. When I thought of the woman in purple clothes and turned my eyes to her, her face already turned so pale. She was the one who carried the glass that Huang Paul Guang was drinking when he collapsed. Oh shit, that doesn't look good for you. A couple of servants were sent to the government office, but we don't know when they are going to come back. Huang Zhongnam lifted his dead father up in his arms and laid it down on the floor. Where did you get that drink? No servant was answering. Ah, shit. And then a servant boy carefully raised his hand. He made it himself. What? Servants pointed at a pale servant boy. Oh, I was like, why would the father? Okay. He was a hunchback. Alright. Soon the hunchback was tied up to the pillar on the corner of the house. That's just it? You're not gonna... Okay. Hey, missus, have you ever given this glass to someone else when you were bringing it to him? I don't know. I only gave it to Hyun-yu, that's a name, for a while. The woman in purple clothes must be Huang Zhongnam's wife. Huh. Soon that servant girl named... that got dragged out as well. Woo-sung gasped out loud. He said she's the one who gave the snack bowl to Woo-sung. Ooh, oh no, wait, Woo-sung, are you okay? Instead of feeling bad for her, he must have felt scared. Woo-sung couldn't swallow the snack he was chewing. Spit it out, dude, I don't want you to die. What? I was just holding the tray because Mrs. Huang told me to. I didn't do anything. What would I do? Then what were you doing before then? All those servant girls said they haven't seen you before. I just brought him the snack, that's all. I'm telling the truth. The servant girl... that looked at Woo-sung, and when Woo-sung freaked out and stepped back, all eyes in the yard were Woo-sung. On him. Something. Woo-sung seemed perplexed and he just threw the snack bowl on the ground after stepping back. I didn't eat it. Did you spit out what was in your mouth? Is he nervous? What do you think? This girl has been accused of like poisoning the dude, and he just took a snack from her. What do you mean, is he nervous? What is he talking about? I pushed Woo-sung back and glared at the family of this house. Then Huang Zhongnam looked at me and yelled at me. Who are you, by the way? You didn't even tell your names. You said not to tell the names! What do you want? Yeah, he said he didn't need to know our names. Yeah! I got mad and I was about to say something. Then someone grabbed my arm from behind. It was Leader Kang. Ooh. Hello. Leader Kang shook her head mildly and stepped forward. And then she pulled out her silver binyo from her hairs. Oh, why? Okay. Hello. Okay, your hair has always been down, but wow. Oh. Wow. I am enjoying this view. If he was poisoned, then shouldn't we find out what was poisoned first? We should make sure if it really was the drink or something else. You were close to my father. Good. Please, help us. Wow, that must have been a strong grip from behind. Ooh. Leader Kang looked back at me beyond her shoulder, caught my eyes, and turned her head back to the front. She saved me. Yeah, she did. Oh. Hello. Oh, look at her pretty eyes. They're like butterscotch candy. You can see if the food is poisoned by putting a silver binyo in it. She's so smart. Soon everyone's eyes were on Leader Kang's hands. Soon, from the glass that had the little drink left in it from all the food he had, all sorts of things were brought to the yard. Oh, that's everything that he's had. Food. You should poke it in the food first. Hwang Jam-nam was so impatient that he just took the binyo out of Leader Kang's hand and started poking all the food. Bitch, you will show some damn respect, but whatever. Leader Kang told him that's not how he should do it and that he should wipe the binyo properly before he pokes it again, but he didn't listen. Yeah, that's about right. But binyo didn't change its color in any food in any way. The glass was the last thing left to examine. If there's poison, then it should be on the glass. Everyone was holding their breath and looking at Hwang Jam-nam. Hwang Jam-nam wiped the binyo on his clothes with shaky hands and slowly put that silver binyo in the glass. And nothing happened. Leader Kang quietly got the binyo back. Then she carefully opened the dead man's mouth and put the binyo in it. It wasn't even necessary. Well, no. She has a point, because if there's like residual poison like on the tongue, then it would change color, wouldn't it? Everyone knew that the man bled to death. I mean, yeah, I guess. Even if it wasn't from food or the glass, he must have had poison from somewhere, so of course the binyo would change its color. But when Leader Kang pulled out the binyo in again, everyone got speechless. It doesn't change. Yeah, that's why it's necessary to check, because you don't quite know if it's poison. Oh, my darling, you're so smart. Oh, so, ew, it's back in your hair. Ugh, darling, please, clean that off. That's so gross. The binyo that was in Hwang Pao-guang's mouth, that Leader Kang put back in her hair for some reason, hasn't changed its color at all. Even the tiniest drop of poison would turn that silver binyo black. Hwang Jam-nam got surprised and kept putting the binyo and waiting over and over again, but the result was the same. Stop! Ew! Stop! The binyo remained pure white the whole time. Okay, first you said it was silver, now you're saying it's white. Which one is it? Okay. So most of the guests almost ran out of Hwang Pao-guang's house in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's about right. It was an accident within the house anyways, and if it's not a poisoning case, there was no reason for them to stay there any longer. Are we really just dropping it just like that? Whatever. If it moves me along to Leader Kang, whatever. But the real reason they hurriedly got out of this house must have been that how Hwang Pao-guang died was so gruesome. That name's gonna give me trouble all day today. Damn it! Why can't we leave? I said move! And Woo-sung was making a fuss at the door, grabbing the servants by their throats. Then he backed off in a huff. Easy, Woo-sung, they're just servants. The servants guarding the door didn't seem to let us out. What? Why? Why don't you let us go? It's fine. We have nowhere else to stay anyway if we leave now. We were going to stay at this place tonight in the first place. Nothing's changed. And Leader Kang's still here, right? Right? She didn't leave? Please tell me she stayed. Ugh. According to the servants, Hwang Jam-nam specifically pointed at me and asked them to keep me and my companies from leaving. That's weird, but okay. He said it's suspicious that I was wandering around the kitchen and that Woo-sung was getting something from that servant. Okay. Yeah. I can see why they'd be suspicious of us, and if it means more time with Leader Kang, because hopefully she didn't leave, I'm not complaining. A few more groups of people, such as those who brought food for Hwang Pao-guang and those who talked to him within close distance, weren't allowed to leave the house either. Well, yeah, because they'd be, like, prime suspects. Okay, so we're not just dropping the case just like that. That makes more sense. More people other than us had to stay in the main building as well, such as those who came from a far distance or those who were going to stay the night in the first place. And as she ominously expected, Joo-hee really got the same room with Leader Kang. Why do I have to share a room with her? Because I'm in disguise. Otherwise, I would trade with you. Oh my. Yurin, please. Well, it's because you are the only woman among the guests. Please follow me then. I'll take you to the main building. Bye, baby. I really wish that I could just drop the whole I'm a dude act, because I would love to be with you right now. Joo-hee started following the servant girl, giving a deep sigh as if she was a dead woman walking. I do so appreciate that, like, Joo-hee isn't, like, head over heels for, like, every woman, even though, like, the reason she hates Leader Kang is me, basically, still, I'm gonna say. Because, like, it just goes to show that, like, just because she's a woman doesn't mean that, like, Joo-hee's gonna fall for her just because she's a lesbian. Like, there are other factors that have to come into play here. It seemed a little extra that Joo-hee's shoulders were drooping so much. Have you met Joo-hee? Joo-hee is always a little extra. But when I turned around and looked at Woo-sung, I realized that Woo-sung was even more depressed than Joo-hee. Wait, why? Ugh. Why are you upset? You get to hang out with me, your sister. Woo-sung seemed distracted even after getting into the room with me, and he kept holding his breath uncomfortably. Are we suspected now? Well, yeah, because I was hanging out in the kitchen, which is where the food is made, and you took food from the suspicious servant, so, like, it's kind of understandable. Is it because I ate that stupid snack? Yes, and I was also in the kitchen. I thought he really didn't have to worry about it this much, but Woo-sung seemed very anxious. My answer is, oh, fuck. I'm gonna say yes, because I think so, because it makes sense. Yes. I totally think we're the suspects. Why did you have to eat the snack she gave you? Okay, don't bitch about it, Hisu. Ugh. How can you put me in this situation just because of some girl? Oh, okay, Hisu, calm down. We're gonna be detained in this house until people from the government office come, and then we'll end up being arrested at the government office and... Alright, Hisu, bitch and moan, I guess. I'm sorry. Hey, it's not your fault. I don't know why Hisu's so mad at you right now, but it's not your fault. I'm so sorry, my lady. I have no excuse. It's fine. It's literally fine. Woo-sung kept lowering his head and apologizing with a face that is about to cry. I looked at him for a while in a stunned face and took off my gat. There is no way that's going to happen, and even if we get detained, what's the big deal about it? Why is it not a big deal? We can just solve the case and find out the suspect. It's kind of what we do. But I don't want that. I just want to go home as soon as possible. I don't. I want to spend more time with Leader Kang. By the way, that servant girl looked nice. Is she not your type? Oh, I'm glad we're ribbing him about this. Woo-sung rubbed his neck and frowned as if he got offended. What do you mean? She was cute. Who cares about the servant girl in this house? You, clearly. But I barely listened to Woo-sung and changed the topic while making the bed. Actually, the way that the owner of this house died was a little weird. It is so obvious that he got poisoned, but how come there wasn't any poison? Can it just be some kind of disease? Do you think so? Do you know what kind of disease makes people bleed through their eyes and mouth to death? Well, I don't know. See, it's not like he was sick in bed for a while. He was so fine and then suddenly died on his 60th birthday. At that moment, I could hear someone running on the wooden floor. When I got surprised and got up, the door opened with a thud. Juhee, who was supposed to be in the main building, came into our room in a huff. What's wrong, Juhee? What the fuck is wrong? Ah! I can't stay with Kang Yurin. Oh my god. Alright. Come sit with us. Come here. Come here. What did the mean lady do to you? She even called her by her name. What happened? I don't know. She just says things without thinking. She huffed irritably. Oh, come on. What did the mean lady say? But she didn't tell us what the hell she was talking about with Leader Kang. She just told me that she can't really tell me what it was about. Oh, come on, I want to know now. I couldn't even imagine what it could be. Before long, Leader Kang came and opened the door as well. Saw that coming a mile away. Hello. Hi. Oh, I was so surprised that you just left me alone in my room, my lady. Well then, I should invite myself to this room. Oh, go right ahead. My lap is still available if you'd like to take a seat. Leader Kang lowered her head and put her foot in our room. Where do you think you're going? This is a guy's room. Juhee, you are also here, and so am I. Then are you a guy as well? Then are you a guy as well? I love her. I love her so much. You are fine in this guy's room even though your social status is higher than mine. Hey, Leader Kang, wouldn't you rather use the big room alone than share it with me? I think she'd rather share it with me, but apparently that's inappropriate, so... I would, but actually I'm afraid of the dark. No, you're not. You're such a liar. I love you. I can't really sleep alone. Well... I mean, if you're not opposed to sharing the bedroll or whatever it is you're sleeping on. I could help that, maybe. Look, I could sneak over. Nobody would know. Oh my god, she's such a damn flirt and I love it. Oh, I love it so much. So assertive. I could overcome the fear since you were next to me, but now that you abandoned me, I think I'm going to have to sleep in this room. How unfortunate, right next to Hisu. Oh no. That's totally where she's going with this, right? She's just using it as an excuse to like sleep right next to me. Oh, please, please, please. You sleep alone so well at other times, but you're suddenly afraid of the dark here? Yeah, because the darkness of the absence of my presence is too much for her. I should not be able to speak. Or have you always been? Oh, is that what you want to know? I usually bring a beautiful servant girl or pretty servant boy into my bed as my friend to talk to, and sometimes with benefits until I fall asleep. Is Leader Kong bi? Ooh, bi queen confirmed. Okay. Well, I'm right here. Oh, that makes things so much easier because she thinks I'm a dude right now, but since she's bi and I'm gonna, like, I hope she finds out that I'm a woman later. Like, that's gotta happen, right? Everybody else has. Like, this relationship isn't gonna work if she doesn't. Like, when she finds out I'm a girl later, there's not gonna be any angst, right? It's gonna be so easy. Right? And she said pretty servant boys, so she must like pretty boys, which means... Oh my goodness. Oh, everything just got so much easier. Oh my goodness. I love her. I love her so much. Oh, we love our bi queen. Friends with benefits. All right, Judy just came out and say it. Leader Kong was joking from the beginning and holding laughter so hard that her eyes seemed intense. But I think that might have also been her way of like subtly letting us know that she is down. But Juhi was so shocked that she dropped her jaw. Leader Kong might seem impassive or smiling lightly as usual to other people's eyes, but to me and Woo-sung she seemed like she was clenching her lips so tightly. Leader Kong adjusted her binyo, trying so hard to hold the laughter. Why hold laughter when you could hold me? Leader Kong, that's not the binyo you put in the dead man's mouth, is it? I feel a bit leery about it too, so I'm thinking of buying a new one when I go back to Hanyang. Oh, it is the same one. Oh, Leader Kong, it's kind of gross. It was a joke. This is a new binyo. Juhi ended up getting frustrated and lay down on the floor. Whatever. Oh my god, the four of us in a room is such a disaster, but I'm so here for it. Okay, so we got Juhi, who is a lesbian, Sayan, who I'm gonna say is pansexual because the way she phrased it, she said it didn't really matter, and Leader Kong, I know she was joking, but like, maybe it's a clue for later. Leader Kong is bi. So we're getting all kinds of rep here. Okay, I see you, game, I see you. She talked to herself aggressively for a while, then pulled all the blankets, including the one I was putting on, and putting them around her lay on her side looking at the wall. Oh, you Juhi would be a blanket hog. Well, whatever. Woo-sung is quite big, which means he has more body heat. So he can keep himself warm, and a Leader Kong can keep me warm. Actually, I did this play like ages and ages ago in college where I had to be like shirtless and in a pair of shorts, and my scene partner basically said I was like a mini space heater. So I'm just saying I could keep Leader Kong warm as well because I run a little warm despite being like small and skinny. So I'm just saying me and Leader Kong can like snuggle up in here. Woo-sung and I were just watching two people talking to each other aggressively and then suddenly lost our blanket. Okay, then where did you put the binyo you put in Huang Pao Guang's mouth? I'm gonna have trouble with that name all day. I asked her, taking a glance at Juhi's back, but Leader Kong didn't answer at all. Only after I turned my head towards her did she look at me in her eyes and open her mouth. What? I made Butler Zheng to wrap it with a clean cloth so I can give the officer when they come from the government office. Do you need it? No, it's not like I need it right now. It shouldn't be. You promised me that you wouldn't be involved in all kinds of cases a while ago. I know, baby, but maybe I might need a little more persuasion on your end. I'm just saying. Leader Kong smiled softly, looking into my eyes. Oh my god, my heart, you're gonna win me over so fast. I'd give up my entire fucking business for you, babe. But her tone sounded a bit stronger than just a simple suggestion. Ooh. Oh. She's, letting me know she's in charge. Okay, then. She looked exactly like this when I unexpectedly met her after I took Juhi in. Okay, baby's protective. Oh my goodness. I don't mind that at all. I felt like her tone was becoming more adamant. Again, that's not how you spell dominant, Hisu. Then Juhi got up again. You should look into this case when the sun comes up, Mr. Hisu. Didn't you just go to bed, blanket hog? Go back to sleep. I think something's actually off about this case. It was weird coming from Juhi, who would normally just want to go home early. Also, it's quite bothersome when I listen to her. Leader Kang is a merchant no matter how wealthy she is. She's right here, Juhi! She's right here! She hasn't left the room! Okay, I will say, like, no matter what, Juhi's, like, got some cojones on her. Like, Jesus... Leader Kang has not left the room, and Juhi's just, like, talking about her like she's not here. Oh my goodness. You are Yongbon no matter what. And how come Leader Kang calls you Mr. Hisu as if she's looking down on you? I'd rather her call me Mrs. Kang, but, she can call me whatever she wants, okay? She should call you Sir like Makwa does. No, I already don't like her using, like, male terms with me. But again, she thinks I'm a dude, so I guess it's understandable, and she's just, like, trying to be respectful. But Sir is just gonna make this too weird for me, like, no. But, like, ma'am would also be weird. Just call me Hisu, or, like, whenever you figure out my identity, just call me Seoul-young. I would like to just be on a first name basis with you, babe. Oh my god. And how dare she tell you that you're right or you're wrong? She's still in the room, Juhi! Well, that's what she said, Mr. Hisu. Not even phased. I love her. Kang Seol-young. Sounds so nice. Leader Kang smiled. I finally felt like my spine was shrinking. They were both looking at me as if they were waiting for my answer, but their eyes were glaring so strong that I felt like my eyes were going to explode. I took my blanket back from Juhi and took my pillow that Leader Kang was pressing with her foot back from her, then opened the door. Wait, am I just leaving? I've probably just had enough of this shit. You two should just go to your room now. What? Mr. Hisu. I want you to stay, but like showing favoritism towards you is not going to help right now. See you in the morning! I closed the door after chasing them both away. Considering that Woo-sung and Leader Kang would rush me to leave this place as soon as the sun came up, I wanted to go to sleep as soon as possible. I wanted to wake up early and look around the house and the body. Well, I wasn't sure if they would let me look at the body though. You know, I almost thought they were gonna like set me up for a choice there, like either go with Juhi's side and like solve the case or go with Leader Kang and not solve it. Like I thought that's what they were gutting for, but I guess not. And like, I don't think they'd offer me that anyway, hindsight, because we already passed the chance to be with Juhi, right? Woo-sung wasn't saying anything so far. Then he looked up after I tossed him the blanket. My lady, do you really think that the owner of this place poisoned to death? I don't know at this point, Woo-sung. I'm trying to go to sleep. Please shut up. We can do this in the morning. Yes. Please go the fuck to bed. Not completely, but I'm 70% sure. Now go to bed. And do you think it's possible that maybe the servant girl who gave me the snack is a suspect? That girl? Was she? That servant girl was holding the glass that dead Huang Pa Guang... I'm not gonna get that right. Was about to drink for a while. Of course she had a chance to put poison in the glass. I felt kind of anxious after everyone looked at me suspiciously. Woo-sung took a deep breath. Then I looked at Woo-sung again. When we first met, Woo-sung was kind of crass and wasn't afraid to anything. But ever since we ran away from Busapui and came to Hanyang, he's been occasionally anxious from time to time. Well yeah, we did just escape something crazy in the other city. And we can find out who did that kind of thing before we go. In the morning. Good night. We can just stay for a few more days and solve the case. I don't want you to do something dangerous. Yeah, nobody does, but I'm gonna do it anyway because that's how I roll. If you don't like any options, then you should just let us do whatever I want. And I want to sleep. So shut up. I'll either solve the case, or at least prove your innocence, so just know that. Alright? Good night. I rubbed Woo-sung's shoulder a couple times and turned the light off. The house where a man just died was deathly quiet without a sound of bugs chirping. Well, yeah. I could still hear Leader Kang and Juhi breaking the silence kept talking about something. But that didn't last longer than half an hour. Only? Really? That's decent for them. Alright, good night. I could wake up so early in the morning. Woo-sung was still asleep, but I opened the door and got out of the room first. The air was still cold and damp. The house was getting brighter and it was so quiet that it's hard to believe that there are quite a lot of guests staying in this house at the moment. No one would have even known that there was a party in this house if it weren't for some mats on the yard and awning. Alright, we're heading out. Oh, hi, servant girl. Then I caught eyes with that servant girl from yesterday when she was walking out of the kitchen. The servant girl got surprised and stepped back, and then she bowed. Hello. She was about to walk away, but I stopped her. You're that girl, right? Why did you bring the snack to my brother? It's just, I wanted to give it to him. Oh, she was blushing. Oh, she must really like him. You guys would be cute, honestly. Like, I could see it happening. I was watching her, feeling as though I was her sister-in-law. Well, I mean, if Woo-sung marries her, then you will be. Then tilted my head. Do you know if there's anyone who's been holding a grudge against your master? Well, but didn't he just pass away? I heard that it was not poison. He had been coughing blood often and sick on normal days. I don't know. She got surprised and shook her head. She was being so careful because she was afraid that she might have suspicions surrounding her again. Poisoning is not the only way to kill people. There's knives, there's jealousy, there's a gun, but I don't know if guns have been invented yet around this time period. You can smash someone's head in with a rock. Oh, I'm not supposed to be giving suggestions, sorry. I'm just asking because there are about 100 ways to kill a person. Oh, there's gotta be more than that. I'm asking this because I'm worried that you might get false suspicion and get into trouble, so come on, tell me the truth. Huh? I'm just asking because I don't want you to get in trouble when you were being nice and gave the snack to my brother. I was just saying that, but she opened her mouth only after I kept telling her that I'm not suspecting her at all over and over. Actually, the young master was not close with his father. Okay, who's the young master? The son in this house? Hwang Zheng-nam? Yes, Hwang Zheng-nam. He was on really bad terms with his father. The master had 2 sons, but he actually favored his younger son over his older son. He even sent the younger son to Hanyang and let him study. He was going to make him a translator like him. Okay, what's the name of his younger son? It's Hwang Sha-nam. Okay, continue. Zheng-nam must have held some grudge against Sha-nam a lot, right? Holding a grudge? He kept complaining that his father ignored the oldest son after sparing him some money, that he was going to give all the family house and wealth to Sha-nam. Whenever he got drunk, he even went to his father and told him to die already. So we servants actually found it kind of funny how dramatic he was when his father passed away. Ooh. Then the door from the small room opened and Hwang Zheng-nam's wife yelled at her. Is this you? Huh? Yes, ma'am. What are you babbling on? I hope you didn't say some weird gibberish to our guest. The wife looked back and forth at me and her and then closed the door again. Okay, you just came and said your 2 lines goodbye. The servant was looking at me for a while and then almost ran away from me after bowing a couple of times. I was left alone again. All I could do was just look around the yard. I squatted down the doorstep between the main building and the kitchen. Oh boy, I had to look at the body first to get the gist, at least. If he was poisoned, then there must have been some obvious marks on the body after a day. What kind of poison could it be? Arsenic? Oh, I know what that is. Lye? Brine? Or maybe some kind of herb? Then I could hear some rustling of clothes on the opposite side. I thought it was one of the families here, so I looked up and then I caught eyes with Leader Kang. Ooh. Hello. Leader Kang was leaning against the tree from under the shade from all the overgrown leaves. You want to join me? Or I could join you? She looked sharply at me as soon as she saw me. Then she came closer and squatted as well in front of me, grabbing her skirt. I was shocked that she squatted like that and let her skirt get dragged on the floor like that. Leader Kang was the last person to squat like that. When I got surprised and put down the stone, then Leader Kang smiled as if she was scolding me. Mr. Hisu, is it okay for Yongbon to sit like that? This fucking ambiance though, whoa. This is actually really nice. I actually feel really... What the fuck? I feel so tranquil right now, what the hell? Oh, it's gone. Lame, lame, that was so nice. I love that ambiance. Oh. It had like cute little birds and like the wind was going. Oh, that's so nice. All right, we've been going for about an hour and the logo just flashed, which leads me to believe that we're about to head into another major step. So I think I'm gonna call it there because my heart physically cannot take any more of this. Oh my goodness. Yay, we are finally officially on the Leader Kang route and I have never been happier. Oh my goodness, and it has been everything I've dreamed of. Oh my god, we got our cute little kiss on the cheek before, which was so nice, and I really hope she does it again, but a little closer to here next time, if not directly there. And then she and Juhi basically fought over me again. And honestly though, like, even in the beginning, like before we like met up with Leader Kang again, like the whole like friendly banter between me, Juhi, and Woo-sung was just, I love the romance in the game, but the friendships are just so well written, and that one just like, it made me feel all warm. And then we just get leader Kang just like flirting with us at every turn, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I do so enjoy all of this attention from her. It's very nice. Oh my god. Just like, she's not fazed by literally anything that Choohee throws at her, and it's really fucking sexy. So we're gonna continue with this next time. So thank you so much, whoever happens to be watching this. Like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye. I'm gonna go swoon some more.